to be both strategic and efficient, I created articulation reading passages. And so many of you guys have wanted to do the same thing that I do, targeting articulation and language at the same time. Perfect for mixed groups, perfect for homework. Hi, my name is Jessica, and I am a speech language pathologist, and I also am a Teachers Pay Teachers author. My store is The Gift of Gab on TPT. And I feel like I have a special gift for writing articulation reading passages. Let's look at it. So you can see this is SH, and I have the reading passage right here. Some of the reading passages I have made up myself. They're just silly stories. Some of them are high interest nonfiction. So this one is licorice. And here's what I love about the licorice one. It sounds like an SH, but it's not spelled like an SH. So I try to add little sneaky stuff in like that where our students have to learn to listen and not just read. So they have the story. But on this side over here, there are these specific prompts that stay pretty much the same through each of the reading passages. So the very first time they're going to listen to me or you read the passage. And as you are reading, they're going to highlight or underline all the SH words in the passage. So these are also scaffolded in difficulty. So for our students who are not great readers yet, we're going to start by helping them out. We're going to read it first, and they are going to do auditory discrimination, listening for their sound. Okay? They're going to write how many they heard. And then they're going to practice that SH word from the passage 5 times. Or 2 times, whatever your time allows for, you can change it. Then the student, step number 3, is the student is going to read the passage using their good sounds. Then we're going to make it a little bit harder. And step number 4 is we're going to turn the paper over, and they're going to summarize or retell some things that they remembered from the passage, or summarize the story if it's a story. And then they're going to answer some questions. And then we usually have some vocabulary words at the bottom that are, a little bit more complex, higher level vocabulary. So what I do is I love to use this as an activity in my speech room. I can use it great in a mixed group, but then I like to send it home for homework as well. The student's already familiar with the passage. The parents have the prompts right on the side that they can go through and do it again, or maybe you send another one home that is for that student's sound. And I'm slowly working through on adding more and more reading passages like this because I know how helpful they are to all of us who just don't have enough time to target all the things. So that's for our older students. I have had requests for years about making something for earlier sounds or for younger students. And I just sat on it because I didn't know how to do it. And finally, my daughter was in kindergarten this past school year, and I got really good at thinking of sight words and like CVC or CVCE words that a kindergartner could read. Like I felt confident in creating passages that, a kindergartner or first grader should be able to read. Because, obviously that's too much for a kindergartner, but this perfect for a kindergartner. So the way these work, it's the same concept, but you can see here we've got early developing sounds instead of later developing sounds. And they're going to listen to the story first. Again, they're going to highlight their words and write how many they found. You can see that the reading passage is much shorter. And instead of, and then next they're going to practice saying those words. And then they're going to try to read the story. So we've got 3 steps here, same 3 steps every time that the student's going to be able to do. And then instead of the student having to maybe verbally answer the WH questions, if they're struggling with some language skills, that might be pretty challenging, then we have pictures. And so I have, what does Becca see? What did Becca read? What was in the sack? And they just cut out and glue the answers onto the things. You can see I tried to add as many K words or whatever the target sound words are in the answers as possible. I'm all about strategy. I'm all about efficiency. So I now have both older sounds and early developing sounds for younger readers. I will link both of them in the description. You can also find them both in my TPT store, The Gift of Gab. I would love it if you are able to just have these now so that you can pull them out all year when you're needing a quick and easy and efficient activity. These will be great for you. So I hope you have a great start of the school year, and I will see you again real soon.